Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing this Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil, and I am going to tell you all of my thoughts on it and everything. It's not a first impression, but I am first going to show you a clip of me applying it on my face as a demo, and then I will come back and tell you my thoughts on it. So now that you have seen for yourself how it applies, I would like to just say that when I very first got this pencil and I put it on, it was a bit darker than it is now. Like, I don't know, it was just like the tip of it when it was brand new when I applied it. It was so incredibly pigmented and dark, and that scared me. I thought the whole pencil was going to be like that. But the second time I applied it, actually by the time I got to my second brow, it had gone away and it was just fine. Although it is still a bit too dark for my liking. This costs $8 at Ulta, which is an amazing price for a brow pencil. A lot of brow pencils are like 15, 16 bucks. A lot of them are even 21, 22 or more. So $8 is a really good price. And they have the shade Blonde, which I don't know how that shade looks in person, but on the computer it looks really, really orange. Like, it kind of almost looks like that pencil would be for a redhead instead of a blonde. Like, it just looks kind of pretty orange instead of a more ashy color like you'd expect for blonde. And then they have soft brown, which is what I have, and then they have deep brown and auburn, which looks just like a little bit more deep version of the blonde. Now, I don't know if those look different in person, but they do kind of look a bit orange on the computer screen. So I have the shade Soft Brown, and I do like the shade. I think it suits me well, but one thing that I do have to do is after I apply it, it does look quite a bit too dark than I would prefer it. So I do set my brows with a gel, and then as soon as that's dry, I kind of dab over it with my beauty blender, and that adds a little bit of foundation over it, and it lightens up the appearance quite a bit. So yeah, like I said, it is very, very creamy. It goes on very smooth. It doesn't go patchy whatsoever. But if you think that it looks too pigmented, like it's just way too much, you put way too much on, the spoolie here actually takes away the pigment quite nicely. Not really the color. It still looks dark as the color, but if you put on too much product, this blends it away nicely. And actually, how I like to do a fade in the front of my eyebrow, I will put the majority of the pigment and line it on the bottom, and then use the spoolie to move the product up, and then it ends up looking perfect. And on the other side, it looks like this. I can't like twist it up and show you how much product's in it, because mine is actually almost gone now. I've had it for a while now, so it's almost gone. But it does wear for a really long time, but I'm not sure if it would without setting my brows. I always set my brows with a brow gel or like a brow wax or a powder or whatever. So I don't know how long this would last if you don't set it, but I do set mine with a clear brow gel. In my experience, I haven't really used tons and tons of brow pencils. I have used one from Mally, which that one is still my favorite. I loved the brow pencil from Mally that we got in BoxyCharm one time. And I have used the Anastasia Brow Definer. I have used one from Tarte. I've used just lots of different ones. And what I've found, everybody says that nothing can dupe the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Brow Definer. Everybody says those are so amazing and you can't dupe them. And while I think there are products that are just as good on the market, I would have to agree with that, because all the pencils that I've used are very different from that, even though they may still be just as good. Because that one, it gives you such a soft appearance. Like, enough product comes off, but it's not very creamy. It's kind of almost more powdery, even though it is in a twist-up form. And it just leaves like a really soft, focused look on your eyebrows, and it doesn't look really creamy and thick like this kind of pencil would, even though I do still like that look. The Brow Definer and the Brow Wiz do give quite a softer appearance. But in my opinion, all of the more cheaper brow pencils that I have tried tend to kind of be very similar. Like all the ones that I've used from the drugstore are very, very similar to this. Just the ones that are twist up are always very creamy and very pigmented. You kind of have to be careful with some because if their spoolie isn't very hard, you can't move the product away if you did too much. This one, the only thing I can really say that differentiates this one is the spoolie. But a drawback of it is the shade selection. Personally, for me, I don't think it's that great because you get this soft brown, a deep brown, and then two kind of shades that look orange, which is, I mean, I don't know, it might not look orange in person, but the shade selection is not that great, but it is very creamy, it lasts very well, you can take the pigment away if it's too much, and it has a really nice spoolie, and it's only $8. So I really have nothing bad to say about the actual product other than the shade selection. So yeah guys, that is all for this video, really short and simple. Please don't forget to subscribe and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!